All right. Oh, Weber's, you got a different background specifically for Google Meets?
When teachers allow it, I always do this one.
Oh, gotcha. I have no qualms with it. How come you don't have that in my class?
Because I have the leprechauns new one. I have the clovers.
Yeah. I like that you're all about the festivities with this, you know, whatever's the holiday. I do appreciate that. Look at I got more faces. I do like all these faces. This is good. This is good. All right, Mr. Fox. I think you're talking, but you're muted. I don't know if you're talking to us or not. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, I think that's about all of us. The ones that are I'm talking to, there's a few that are currently my students, and I asked them to be here to help field questions that they could help a little bit better than myself. You know, I'm going to give you the teacher's perspective, but they can give you that raw, real truth that you guys really care about. Like, how much do we have to study a night? How much do we have to read? Blah, 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 all those kind of things. And then you can ask them honest questions like, is he a jerk? Like, what's going on? Like, what are the chances of me getting an A in this class? Because that's all I really care about. I don't want to learn biology. I just want an A so I can graduate and do all those things, which I hope is not your actual answer, but yeah, they're here to field those questions. So yeah, I can't see too many people on my screen. I don't know if there's. I'm not a Google Meets person. I'm more of a Zoomer. Yeah, there's tiled. Oh, I could change them back to some tiles. Let's go hard. Let's go 49. I'm gonna go 49 tiles. Let's see if we can get all that. Ooh, look at all your faces. Cool. We got more faces and some random avatars there too. But 103 people. Okay. You guys have been maybe on a couple AP meetings. This is just another one of them that you guys are probably attending to see whether or not you guys want to take AP Bio. So let's go ahead and do this. All right. Mr. Fox, is it okay if I begin? I don't know. I think Mr. Fox is the one that lets people in.
Absolutely. You can go.
We'll go ahead and do that. I just talked about you today in class to my students, said you're one of my few friends in school. Yeah.
Well, you know, it's a small but mighty group.
I know. It's only the best.
I'm honored.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and share this screen then real quick for this really intensive presentation that I have. Let's go present now. And at any time, if you guys have questions, my current students, I'm going to have you guys monitor the chat. So if there's any questions that are in there, if you guys can do me a favor and field those questions, that would be great. Because when I'm presenting, I don't think I can see that chat. So you can be honest. Chris, don't troll too much, but you can, you know, do what you can there. All right. Let's go with my entire screen here. Share. Yeah, let's do the share of the screen then. All right. So, AP Bio. You guys are all considering taking AP Bio next year. Hopefully, if that is the case, I will actually see you in person, albeit maybe it's behind a mask, but we can actually do some labs in class. Unlike my current students who unfortunately don't have that luxury, but then they have other luxuries that are in place for them. So, you know, we'll talk about those things. I'm Mr. Vo. I am the current AP Bio teacher. Next year, who knows? There potentially can be another person that's AP Bio teacher. Or if I did such a poor job, maybe there will be a whole different AP Bio teacher. But as far as I know, myself, I will be the AP Bio teacher next year. And then there potentially will be somebody else that is added on if necessary. So today, we're going to do a quick little greeting. Hello. All right. And then we're going to do a general course overview, how I grade, what is expected of you in terms of the workload and what to expect. And then at the very end, we'll give you guys an opportunity to ask any questions about the course and let's do this. Okay, I am Mr. Vo. Okay. So you guys know you've been kind of here for a year or two, depending on what grade your level you're in, and Arcadia's crazy academic, and AP Bio is just another one of those courses where you have the potential to get ahead in college. I think that's the big sell of AP Bio, but realistically, AP Bio should be for people that are, it's one of two people, I would say. Either you are generally very interested in bio and you want to know more about it, or number two, you know that bio is definitely not the thing you want to learn, but hopefully you're going to get college credit for this. So then when you get to college, you can totally get that requirement out of the way. So you're one of those two people probably. The topics that we discuss in this class are not in this order, but evolution, genetics, biochemistry, plant physiology, cell biology, animal behavior, biotech, and more. So there's a lot of stuff that we cover. We break it down into 8 different units. Realistically, they are all interconnected in some way. And throughout the year, we have plenty of practices to try to tie those things together for you guys to ultimately get you guys ready for this exam. For the grade breakdown, this is my traditional grading breakdown. I say that because this year is a little different with everything being online. I gave way more credit for labs and classwork, but traditionally, since we are trying to treat this like a college course, tests, quizzes, and midterms make up a large percent of the grade. So if you're thinking about like big assessments, if you add all those together, 70% of your grade is based off of quizzes, tests, and midterms. And then 25% of the class is going to be based off of what you do in labs and classwork. You can see that homework is very minimal. Only 5% of your grade is homework because I can't watch you at home and I don't assign too much homework since I realize there's a ton of material to cover, and I try not to have too much homework for you guys to do because you're still finishing up labs that you did in class or assignments that you're working on with your group. So I don't really assign too much solo homework there. Hence why it's only worth 5% of your grade. What to expect in class? Lots of readings. I would say daily readings if you're being responsible. But again, I know you high school kids, you'd rather just wait till the day of the quiz and do 10 to 15 pages of reading. So there's that there. There are weekly quizzes, sometimes bi-weekly, so sometimes every other week. But right now, since I only see students about 3 times a week, realistically, it is every week that we have a quiz. Every week there will be lectures. I try to have lectures that support what you read. And for the most part, we don't use the textbook that you're given from the library. I think there's way too much text. It's very, very word heavy when it's unnecessary. So the main thing that I actually use is the Barron's book. That's our primary resource. I don't even know if the camera's on me right now, so I'm not sure if you guys are seeing me while I'm doing this. But the Barron's text is the primary source that we are using, that I do all my quizzes and tests from. So I think that's a more efficient way to go over the material. There are 6 to 8 unit tests per year, since there are about 6 to 8 units. And as best as possible, we try to have weekly labs or projects. Again, this year is hard to compare what it would normally be to in a normal year because we can't do the physical labs. So unfortunately, my students can't speak on that, but they can speak on the group work that you do and how I do things in class. There is a midterm. There are finals. That's just to get you guys, practicing those major tests. Outside of class, things that you should be doing. Finishing up any labs that you didn't finish in class that you need to do your part on. Any projects that are being done, any study groups that you have, or any review that you potentially need to. I'm always available for contact. My students know they can contact me with Remind. Some students use it way more than others. You can always email, or currently right now is office hours, but hopefully next year it's just a simple walk into class at lunch, which would be great. There is going to be a summer assignment. I'm in the process of modifying it because it took me way too long to grade this year. So I'm going to modify it in some way. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it, but it is going to be something that has to do with growing something. I think that, growing a plant and taking care of something, there's a certain pleasure that happens with that. And you can do a lot of science-based inquiry with just growing plants at home. So there's gonna be something based on that. I just need to modify it so I can grade it much faster. And there's also gonna be a personal bio, which is pretty much just you hyping yourself up and showing me who you are. Why do you take AP Bio? You are taking AP Bio again because you hopefully have a pleasure or a passion for actually learning about science and you want to learn more about it. If you don't have that, then honestly, like the class is going to be very, very challenging. But hopefully my goal is to trick you into liking science so much that you decide you want to major it in college. That'd be pretty sweet. Who can take this class? As long as you have taken general biology and you have passed both semesters with a C or better, you are good to go. If you've had chemistry already, it will help, but it is not totally necessary. It is not totally necessary. Yeah, I think of the students that I have, maybe some of them have taken chemistry, some of them haven't. Usually half of my class has, half of my class hasn't. And I can't see a correlation between who does better or not, whether or not you have chemistry or not. So yeah. Honors bio versus regular bio. If you have honors bio, realistically, you might be a little bit more prepared for AP bio just because you're used to the amount of work that you're given. But I don't want anybody who's taking a general bio class to feel like they aren't ready for it. Just know that it's not even so much the material that you're covering, it's just the amount of material that's being covered. So your work ethic is going to be considerably higher than you probably would in a general bio course. So that's something that would have to change more intrinsically because the class is more challenging. So you should be an independent learner, self-motivated, meaning like, you know, when I give you an assignment, you're able to actually do it. And know that the assignments that I give are not just busy work. It's because the assignments that I'm giving, I feel like are ways that are going to help you understand the material better. Even right now, the students know that, or hopefully they know that any assignment I give is not just because it's a thing to do, but it's because like this is hopefully going to help you understand it. Yeah. All right. All right. So, you know, with any AP course you're taking, this class or any other AP meetings you've been going to, just know that, you know, at this school, generally we want as many students take AP classes if they want to. But that being said, once you do sign up for a class, like you are committed to that class for at least the semester. So you have to really make sure you take a look at yourself and say, you know, can I handle this workload? So it's not only looking at this class, it's looking at other classes and considering like, you know, if I'm taking multiple APs, am I personally able to handle all the workload of everything? So that's something to keep in mind. I'm probably not the best person to ask on that. Your peers would be a better, your peers would better be able to answer those things about, you know, can I take multiple AP courses and will I be okay? You know, they're the ones that are living with the workload. They can answer it better than I can. So yeah. So just know that if you're taking the class, I am with you for the whole semester. This year, unfortunately, I think I had one breakup, two breakups. So 2 students dropped at the semester, which, you know, it happens. Sometimes relationships aren't meant to be. Support. If you have questions, I will never tell somebody to figure it out on their own unless like it's something that I think they can easily Google, but always ask me. If not, you can always ask your peers too. On campus, we're pretty lucky where, you know, we have the tutoring. Was it the Honor Society that they have the tutoring in the library? So you have the peer tutoring or the mentors that they do that too. Yeah, so there's lots of resources for you guys to do that. If you have any questions, this is the time that you can feel free to either type it in the chat or unmute yourselves and talk, but I know that that's not going to happen. If you want to, there's also the class site. If you just wanted to peruse and see what a whole year looks like, you can see what the website looks like, so you can see all the information that's there and get a head start on it. But yeah, it's just sites.google.com/aosd.net/AP-biology. All right. I can stop my screen share now. Stop presenting. All right, cool. Thank you guys for answering all these questions in the chat. Look at you guys living the dream. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and try to answer some of these questions while people are asking. Look at some of these faces. You actually look like real people. It's good. Versus weird circles of anime. So there's 5 people. Lab work also follows Barron's. For the lab work, generally, it's following what the College Board is telling me I need to do, and then I'm just making it in a way that works for our class. Right now, everything's been online, so I've had to modify a lot of them like crazy, where either I'm just recording the videos of the labs, and then the students have to interpret the data, but realistically, in my head, hopefully you guys are actually doing the labs. Cool. How many hours of work? I'll let you guys answer the how many hours of work from home every day. Maybe 30 minutes tops. Cool, cool. Can any grade take AP Bio as long as they pass their curve? But yes, any grade, any grade. How stressful has the class been? Cool, cool, cool. Not very stressful. Cool, cool. Open to sophomores through seniors. I guess technically a freshman could if they take bio coming in. But I would make fun of the freshmen the entire time in the class. For the work question is not that bad, but not too stressful. Cool. Level of difficulty for labs. Cool. Mediocre is such a bad word though, Chris. I wouldn't use mediocre. Come on now. Jamie says a good point there. The labs may differ next year because we are online. Yeah. Right now, I am the only AP Bio teacher as of right now, but next year that could change depending on the population, how many students are actually taking AP Bio. Stella asks, do the grades curve? I do not curve any grades. However, students know that on tests and quizzes, I do a thing where there are group tests. And so what I mean by that is, you know, on one day, you would take the individual test, and then the very next day in class, you would take a group test with a random grouping that I would put you in. And your score on your test would ultimately be an average of those 2 scores. Right now, it's very weird in the digital world because I have to have these weird ghosts in a room that are awkwardly listening to their conversations. But in a normal class setting, it's very easy where I just have you at a table, and whoever your table is, that's who your group test is for that day. But just know that, you know, if somebody was absent, so if you miss like a test, then if you don't make it up by the time the group test is happening, then you only have your individual score. So I have that in lieu of curving, just because to me, it's important that people understand the mistakes that they make, as opposed to just getting things wrong and just living with it. I want you guys to get a shot at that. Is there a lot of textbook reading? I'll leave. Is there another Kevin Wu besides our Kevin Wu that asked that question? Oh, okay. I was really confused by that. Okay. Yeah, I'll let you guys decide that. About 10 per week. That sounds about right. Yeah. It's not bad. Oh, the double Kevin Wu is throwing me off. Okay. As of right now, I don't think freshmen can take oh yeah, that is right. I think in general, right? Because AP Hug, that used to be open to freshmen, but I think they stopped that. Like, kids are getting too stressed. Cool. How much group work in comparison to individual? Yeah, this year I'd say there's mostly group work. I don't have too many individual assignments. Class website, can somebody put it in the link while I'm looking at all this? Right now I'm the only teacher. So far I've been doing more group work. Yes. Can freshmen? Yeah, if you're a freshman now, I imagine you're applying for next year.
Wait, Mr. Vo?
Yeah.
For the website, is it like the website that has all the daily agenda stuff on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Yeah, if you're, I imagine most of you guys are freshmen now, or you're a sophomore now. Some of you guys might be sophomores because I vaguely recognize a face from like people walking by. But you know, that walking by thing hasn't happened in a long time. Weber says 1 hour the night before, but also Weber's an interesting case. Like, don't listen to Weber. He's a smart kid that like you're yeah. Yeah. In non-pandemic regular, what is the level of difficulty for labs? That's hard for me to say. Um, and I say that just because everybody, deals with labs a little bit different. I think the labs are actually the most interesting parts of the classes. And in terms of doing the lab write-ups, I'm not strict about making sure that you follow certain procedures. To me, it's more like, can you interpret the results and can you express that in a logical way? So I don't think the labs are necessarily difficult, but there are steps that need to be followed that make sure that you do them correctly. I agree with Ali. Consistent studying is the best. Yes. Just know that in a normal school year, though, tests normally would not be 35 to 45 questions. Normally, tests would probably be more like 50 questions in a normal school year. I only do 35 to 45 now just because online testing is, I know, way more stressful than in person. Cool. Self-studying, cool. What does the AP test look like? As of right now, I think it is 70 multiple choice, no, 70 or 60 multiple choice questions, and you have like an hour and a half for that. And then you have 6 FRQ questions. Yeah, but that's this year. Maybe it's changing next year. Who knows? What does a normal class week schedule look like? For right now, a normal week looks like Monday or Tuesday is lecturing and going over the lecture to make sure that you guys understand the material. The middle of the week is usually dedicated to having some type of assignment, project, or lab that relates to the lecture. And then near the end of the week would be a quiz or a test. That's usually the move. Does this class use quizzes in a virtual setting? I do not use quizzes. I am a big believer in Quizlet. I give that's another thing. I give extra credit for Quizlet, like way too much. You can ask my students on that. But yeah, I think it's with AP Bio. There's just so many terms that you have to memorize that I want you guys to practice as much as possible. So I give extra credit for studying those things. I use Illuminate for testing for right now. In the future, I'm a big by hand person. Right now for online, it's all Illuminate, but normally I would not use Illuminate. I use Illuminate for myself for grading, but you guys would have a hard copy of everything. How much people fail the class? Not really too much. The students that fail, I feel like, are the ones that just mentally have checked out of the class and have not really tried. If you look at the grade breakdown now is stupid though. Like right now, everything with online learning is because I changed my grading scale to put more emphasis on the classwork. So a lot of their grades are a little bit more generous than they probably would in a normal year. Yeah. But fail-wise, I think last semester I've only had 2 or 3 people fail. Like you have to work really hard to fail. Like you have to be like, Mr. Vo, I don't like you, or this class, I'm not going to do anything. Then yeah, like of course you're going to fail. Do you know if Mr. Manan will be returning teacher? Who knows? I don't know. I know mentally right now he is so happy because he understands, like, and I understand where he's at. Where AP Bio, there's a lot of work that has to happen on both ends. The student, you guys have to do a lot of work, and the teacher has to do a lot of work with, having all the resources to make sure that the labs run smoothly, making sure that you are getting them ready for the AP Bio exam too. So I don't know if he's going to come back next year. I would appreciate it if he does, but I also know for mental health of a teacher, it's nice to take a break because he's been doing it for so long. Yeah, really. I will agree with Chris on that. For the be really oblivious in order to fail, although that's a harsh word. I don't know if I would use that, but he's a teenager. He can go ahead and use that with his peers. AP Chem is probably harder in a different way though. For what Allison's saying, like AP Chem, I would say for sure, especially when you're talking about the math that's involved. Like, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. There you go, Weber. I will agree with that. Weber, that's for right now though. For online stuff. For in person, you know, all that stuff it goes out the door. But that's also why I have everything timed right now too, to hopefully limit that as much as possible. But yeah, like these are all the things that I'm doing online. In a normal in-person setting, no, definitely no quizzes. Definitely, definitely no notes on quizzes or tests. But that's why I have so much extra credit there. AP Bio does have some chemistry in it, but it's pretty basic level. I don't think it's fully necessary to have chemistry. If any of my students who have had chemistry that are taking my class, do you feel like it's helped you like a lot or not? I don't know. Oh. Well, you have to have bio before, for sure. Ali just said he didn't take. Did any of my students currently right now? Do any of you had chem already?
I took chem over the summer, but I
Okay.
don't think it made a big impact.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know if it's necessarily a big advantage then. Yeah.
Mr. Vo,
Yeah.
could I ask a question to like the current AP Bio students?
Yes.
What classes are you guys taking? Because I'm not sure if I can like balance extracurriculars with the AP Bio if we go back to school in person.
Okay.
Would you like us to answer in the chat or out loud?
Go out loud. It's so much better
Okay.
out loud.
Well, I'm taking English honors. I'm in speech and debate, AP Bio, of course. I'm in pre-calc honors, Spanish 1, and then my sport. So I think AP Bio, you can definitely manage it with a challenging course load.
Okay.
And Kevin, you're a sophomore or junior?
Sophomore.
Just for reference for people, because I know people depends on what year they are too. I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
Is it better getting enrolled in direct successive order, regular bio followed by AP Bio, or will a gap? I can't answer that. I don't know. I don't know. You can ask your peers on that one. I don't know. To me, it's more like, what are you interested in? Like, if you took general bio and you're like, that's cool, but I want to try something new, then go with chemistry. And then after that, you can say like, okay, now that I had general bio and general chem, which one do I really like? Oh, I like chemistry more. Cool, I'm gonna take AP Chem then. Or I like bio more. I'm gonna take AP Bio. But I know how you guys work. Some of you guys are like, I must take this AP because that's the next one, so I can get the next AP, and I can do this other class in the summer, so I can take another AP. So, yeah, you guys can figure that out. Yeah, I totally agree with what Chris said to Sahana there. Yeah.
Mr. Vo,
Huh.
I was wondering if if there's like after school labs or anything like that.
I like my family and I like to see them. And I think that students should do every extracurricular activity possible. So no. That being said, when we have labs in the class time, like if students don't finish during class time, which again, these kids have no clue about because they're all online. But normally when I'm thinking about my environmental science kids, if they don't finish a lab, then they need to make it up during lunchtime. That's pretty much the only time. But after school, I'm a ninja. Like, yeah.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Thank you for asking an audible question. I know that's lacking in this world right now. Okay. All right. I had Williams. He neglected the latter half bio when COVID. Kevin, I did the same as Mr. Yeah, we were that held harmless thing. Like, nah. Why am I going to put all this effort into the 3 kids that are still showing up to school? Like, no. Every kid that had an A wasn't going to do anything anyways. Okay.
That I don't think that was ARC Heaven though. ARC periods.
Gotcha. Well, I'm just saying, like that's like, I think it's easy to say like, oh, the teachers like didn't do anything, but yeah, it's because students didn't do anything either, and I think everybody was okay with that. Yeah. Ooh, I like that, Ollie. You're not wrong though. You're not wrong. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, Chris, you're the only fourth period representative right now. I talk so much mess about you guys. Yeah. Yeah. Although, admittedly, Chris is one of the few that actually speaks. I shouldn't say speaks, but like chats in the class. So it is refreshing. Yeah. Do I have after school hours for students to contact you? Directly after school, I am not there usually. I'll say that. But in a normal school year, just like this year, like I have the students sign up for Remind, so students can ask me questions there. But lunchtime, there's always office hours and lunchtimes that you guys can go to. Amrita, there are a terrible amount of extra credit opportunities. Yeah, the reason why I put so many extra credit opportunities is so when that annoying kid at the end of the year says like, hey, Mr. Vo, I have like a 79%. Can you do something about my grade? I can tell them about every extra credit opportunity they did not do. And then I can sleep happily. So I give every extra credit opportunity there is. If there's that kid that, you know, has done everything with all the extra credits and everything, and then they still have that, that's when I start to think, okay, maybe I'll do some. But usually that person that emails me at the end of the semester is somebody who has not emailed me throughout the entire year, and now they actually care about their grade, and that's where I don't care. So, yeah. Sophomore, junior, I think it's more sophomores, right? I think that depends on class to class though. Just because I know that there are certain like English classes that are like age specific, and so I think, you know, certain periods might have more than another. But there's very few seniors. I'll say that there's very few seniors. I have like a sprinkling of them, and thankfully all the seniors have been good. Ollie, you watch your mouth. Your grade's still not locked in. All right. Cool. Any other questions on anything? Mr. Vo is not this nice every day. You can ask third period. Yeah. And you could ask, actually, you could ask Chris with fourth period too. I'm mean to them because they don't talk. Yeah. I don't, fourth period, Chris is the only one in fourth period. They probably don't know that much about me because they don't actually talk. So we don't have conversations. Chris, I single you out because you're one of the few that actually talks, and I know that you'd actually like maybe potentially be like a gateway for other people to feel more comfortable to talk, but nobody does. Even then, of the people in AP Bio, like, you know, these 4 or 5 that I said yes to, I said yes to them to be in this meeting because I know that they would help. Chris just threw himself in here because he's just good, which is cool, I guess. Yeah, but it's also not totally your guys' fault. It's because fourth period right now is like an 8 a.m. course. So I see you at like, or 8:30. So I see you at the morning, and everybody sucks in the morning. Whereas like I see third period right when the school's almost over. So they're really happy to be done. Cool. So far they are telling no lies that I can see. Would your current students say the class is in? Okay. Yeah, if you are ever confused on what's happening in class, I will make it a point to call you out and point out where you should know where everything is happening. Chris is good at that. Chris is good at forgetting what we're supposed to be doing in the class. And then I will always tell you to check the announcements on the agenda, and the agenda page says everything that needs to happen. Yeah. Yeah, I almost never use Google Classroom announcements. Do kids prefer that? I don't even know. Do kids like? I feel like Remind's better. I don't know. Extra hours at school for AP Bio other than regular school time. Lunchtime is pretty much it. I also get to work relatively early. It's not really that early, like 7:30 or so. So if people have questions, usually you can ask during that time, but after school, not so much. But again, remind emails. Those are probably the best times, or lunchtime. I removed all those backrests from my stool, so they have no backrest. I hate those backrests. They're made for like 5-year-olds. Nobody's back is that small. You can't lean in them anyways. Like, you're just gonna hurt yourself. So I've removed them all. Yeah, none of them have it anymore. Yeah, remind is better. I agree. Thank you. The classrooms, no, okay. Some of them do, but I mean, mine, I guess, just weren't put together very well, or my juniors and seniors kept complaining about it, and I agreed too. I was like, made me all self-conscious about my weight, those sides stabbing into my handles on the side. Like, I don't want that. So I removed those. All right, any other questions on anything? Otherwise, we can be done for today. How many periods AP Bio do we teach? Currently, right now, there are only 4 periods, which is why there's only one teacher teaching it. But if the numbers increase next year, like if it's up to 5, usually once you get to 5, then potentially you can have 2 teachers, because then that means, you know, one teacher teaches 2 classes, the other one teaches 3 classes. But 4, usually 4 and under, it's only one teacher teaching it. So like if you're doing like human anatomy, there's only like 2 or 3 sections of that. It's only one teacher teaching that. If we get a bad test score, is there a way to make it up, or is allowed? No, I don't do that. If you have a bad test score, then hopefully you have a good group that makes up that bad test score. Yeah. And in the big scheme of things, if one test will not ruin your grade. If you have multiple tests, it'll bring it down, but one test will not ruin your grade. Not at all. Did somebody else ask a question earlier? I missed. How did I miss all these things? Stool, let me see. Peers who teach. How are lessons organized? Mainly lectures. Reading well, good. Thank you, Weber. Did we get a bad test score? No. No, we are fine with that. Lectures are usually made with video. Just know that in the future, I don't know if I would be recording lectures. I'm only doing that now because of online stuff, but like, oh man, I am over talking to a screen. So I don't know. Maybe I'll continue doing that, or if anything, I'll just leave these lectures the way they are and keep those there. If I took regular bio in the summer, can I still take AP Bio? I believe so. I believe if you took regular bio in the summer, you can take AP Bio. Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a parent. I'm not a student.
Hello, parent.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Is the regular biology required to take AP biology?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they must have either like any of the lower level biologies in order to take AP Bio. So whether it's collaborative bio, whether it's honors bio, or just general bio, they have to have regular bio.
Thank you.
Cool. Oh, Amrita, I can't answer that. I don't know. I'm biased. I'm going to tell you guys all take AP Bio, but I mean, you guys got to listen to yourselves in terms of what you're interested in. Yeah. See, thank you, Ali. That's a good answer right there. Look at you, and Kevin too. Look at you guys being all diplomatic with your answers and being responsible. I like that. Yeah.
For Amrita's question, I did the same thing. I did bio freshman year and then chem in the summer. I just like chose the one that I liked more to do first, so bio, and then I could still like debate if I want to take AP Chem next year.
Cool. Any other questions? Thanks, Jamie and everyone. All right. If that's it, then I'm cool with ending this, and then we can all enjoy our day. Yes? All right. All right. How long for AP exam prep in school? I try to end all the new material 2 weeks before the AP exam. That is usually my goal. This year I am ending a month early because the testing schedule kind of got moved on us. So there's that. So I try to give 2 weeks in advance because I know, the type of students that we have are probably not just taking AP Bio. They might have multiple AP classes. So I try to finish a little early to make sure that we have time to review in a more relaxed environment. Can we please get the slides? You mean to this presentation? Amrita, is that what you're asking for? Yes, cool. Look at you saying sir unnecessarily. All right, let me go ahead and give you the hyperlink to this then. Let's see, anyone with the link? I'm gonna copy the link and I'll put it in the chat right now. All right, and my students, thank you for being here. I know I went a little over time, but I appreciate that. Does anybody else have any more questions for my students? Otherwise, I'm gonna say it's okay for them to leave, although Chris will probably stay because he has nothing else to do. And he's looking forward to conversation with people. Oh. Yeah, I'm suckering you guys into it. I'm trying to make you think I'm all nice and everything, and next year just no smiles at all. Suckers.
Wait, Mr. Vo,
Yeah.
when is the AP exam this year?
May 27th. Is that what we said?
Okay.
Yeah. It's something far away. Ethan, that's a good question. The AP exam is realistically supposed to be the major test to see how much knowledge you gain throughout the year. And potentially, depending on what school you go to, if you get a 3 or better, so on a scale of 5 to 1, if you get a 3 or higher, you potentially can use that as college credit and ultimately bypass taking the general bio course at your school of whatever you're going to. But a lot of that depends on what school you're going to and whether or not they actually accept it. So like generally speaking, like most of the state schools, so like Cal States or UCs, most of them will accept it. If it's a private school, it really depends on the private school. The other thing you need to think about too is, potentially, I know you don't know the answers right now fully, but you have to think about what you're potentially going to major in. If you are planning on being like a bio major, for example, since AP Bio is within that major, most of the schools would not accept that. So hopefully you understand what I'm saying there. If you're going to go to be a bio major, that school wants you to learn biology from them, not some lowly high school teacher. So you're probably not going to get credit for it if you're going to be a bio major. Now, if you're going to be like an econ major, or you're going to be an art major or an English major, they don't care about where you are learning biology. So if you're going to be one of those majors, then potentially you can get that 1 year credit, and now you can just bypass that and save yourself thousands of dollars. That's the big sell of it, at least to parents. But if you're going to be a bio major, then hopefully you're taking AP. If you're going to take AP Bio, it's just because you want to get a head start. So when you actually do take biology at your school, at least the basic level, you have an understanding of it. Yeah. Cool. No worries, Amrita. I didn't do anything. That's just them being awesome. Hence why I said yes to them. I did not show you guys my turds. Every class has turds. Okay. Cool. All right. If you're all good, We can be there. Yeah. Thank you, Chris, for saying what's on my head. I think the people want to see you change the blue lights to a new color because that's the cool thing with kids, right? Do it. Do it. There we go. Okay. All right, if we're all good then, cool. We're good? Yes? All right. Enjoy the rest of your week, everybody. Bye-bye. See you all.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to go ahead and end this meeting then. Take it easy, y'all. Let's see. I'm going to stop recording and be done.